Marimo makes it super easy to take a Python notebook and to run it as a small web app. Thanks to a huge array of widgets, the sky is also the limit. There's a lot of variety that you can put into these things. These apps will work on your laptop, they can also work on your mobile phone, but the phone experience doesn't always work. It's totally fine for maybe viewing some charts, but if you want to actually give some input to the system, this guy doesn't always work 100%. But then came the day that I realized you could also use this guy. This is a SteamDeck. And if I were to use the overhead camera, then you can see that I'm able to move the mouse using this trackpad over here. I can also do some scrolling using this trackpad. And the same thing holds with these controllers. And on top of that, you can also just run Chrome on this guy. And wouldn't you know it, that means you have a very convenient ergonomic device that you can combine together with a Marimo web app. Now, there's a great use case for this in the realm of data annotation, but in order to explain how all this stuff works, it helps to maybe demo this first on my local machine, and then I'll show you it again on my SteamDeck. So, this is the notebook in question that I'll be talking about, and there's a couple of widgets in particular that are going to be interesting. The first is this keystroke widget that comes out of a library called Wiggly Stuff. It's a widget library that I maintain. All the widgets in that library will work in Marimo, but also in Jupyter or VS Code or what have you. But this keystroke widget, what that allows you to do is it just gives you this one input device over here. I can click on the inside, and whenever I hit a key press on the keyboard, you are able to see that it gets logged. And not only that, because this variable technically updates when I do this, you can also have cells down below over here that update as a response as well. So every single time that this last key on this listener is updating, you can also see that every time that I click, the output down below over here is also updating. And, you know, fancy party trick, I can also keep shift pressed down and then hit A or all these different letters. I can do the same thing with command or command and shift. So you can really go nuts with keyboard shortcuts. In fact, you can almost override the browser stuff. But the main thing that's important to note here is that you can pick up on these keyboard events, and you can therefore also choose to maybe have something happen inside of Marimo. And in particular, the moment where this becomes super useful is if you start using the arrow cluster on your keyboard, and that is because that is also something that's mimicked here. So if I were to go and hit play there, note by the way that this over here, that represents the main mouse button, and I can also see, I can click that keyboard shortcut listener, I can hit the D-pad, and you can see the D-pad over here is triggering all sorts of things right there. So what's actually happening under the hood is that this D-pad maps to some keyboard buttons. So as far as the web app is concerned, you're just hitting your keyboard. It's just that it's mapped to an ergonomic location. Some of the buttons on the side over here also map. So this over here, that maps to space. This over here maps to S. And if you go to the settings menu by hitting the Steam button over there, you could actually configure everything manually if you'd like. But if you just were to use the keyboard shortcuts that are given to you already, you can actually do a whole lot when it comes to data annotation. And to explain that, I'm going to go back to the notebook that's on my desktop over here. And here you can see a different widget. This is the data annotation widget. It works in a very similar way. I'm able to use the widget without shortcuts, so you can see I'm able to go to previous examples, and there's all sorts of examples on top over here that are being shown. I can say I want to accept this example, I don't want to accept this example. There's all sorts of things you can do with it. You can also add notes, but what you can also do is, again, click here, and then you could use keyboard shortcuts again. And this notebook has overwritten keyboard shortcuts, so I can go left or right, and you can see the notebook just updates whenever I hit a key over here. I can accept, I can say it's failing, but every time that I hit anything on the key cluster, you can see that I'm able to scroll down, and you can also see that labels have been attached to the data. I'm also able to go back. Again, I'm just doing a little bit of tomfoolery on the keyboard shortcut now, but as I am smashing the keys, you can actually see that the annotations over here change. And that means that I can now go back to my SteamDeck. I can scroll down. I see a nice little window appear here. I can go ahead and hit the center there, and I can now, again, use the D-pad to hit any of these keys. It removes the need for a mouse, but it's just a nice carry-on ergonomic form factor. And again, because the SteamDeck, you can put Chrome on it, you can just open up a browser and start having a lot of fun. On top of that, what a lot of people sometimes forget is that the SteamDeck is actually a Linux machine. It runs Arch Linux. You can also start a terminal, which also technically means that you could put something like Tailscale on here, or maybe just SSH over your local network, and you could actually run Marimo on this device itself if you really wanted to in desktop mode. I didn't go that far for this video, but just the fact that if you have one of these machines where SteamDeck is the most well-known one, but you got a lot of these Windows machines as well that are basically just a computer that you can carry with you with a screen attached, well, it's a convenient form factor, and Marimo notebooks have a role to play here as well. I'm having a lot of fun with this. If you're keen to give this a spin, you can go to the Wiggly Stuff library to get a glimpse of all the different widgets that we have. But if you go all the way down to the bottom, you see larger examples, I guess you could say. And there's one that's all about the SteamDeck annotations. If you want to check that out, you can go to the source code or check it out on Molab if you prefer. The main thing, just remember, if you own one of these, you can also play around with Marimo notebooks using the D-pad, which is really fun.